What's up guys, welcome back to the Cobra YouTube channel. I hope everybody is doing really well. Today's video is for Titanfall 2, a game that I think did not get enough love, a game that was missed out by many, which is why I feel I have to put a review here on my channel for one of the most amazing games of 2016, Titanfall 2.
Stand by for Titanfall.
He was never meant to be my Titan.
We're gonna make it out of this, BT. Hang in there.
Copy that, pilot.
And I never planned to be his pilot.
I will not lose another pilot. BT! Got you.
Titanfall 2 is a first-person shooter developed by Respawn Entertainment and is published by EA. It is the sequel to 2014's Titanfall and was released in October 2016 for Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The game is set in a science fiction universe, and the single-player campaign follows the story of Jack Cooper, who is a rifleman from the Frontier Militia who bonds with his mentor's Titan BT-7274 after his mentor is tragically killed in action. Together, they embark on a quest to stop the Interstellar Manufacturing Corporation, IMC, from launching a super weapon that is threatening to destroy the militia planet Harmony. Now, I have been a huge fan of the Titanfall series ever since it was announced at E3 2013, and I just had to do a review for it here on my channel like I said before. Also, for those who have not played it yet, as I think Titanfall, especially number 2, is one of the best first-person game shooters ever made, and it really should not be missed. The first Titanfall was praised for being something really fresh and new, unlike most other shooters that followed the same old first-person shooter formula. The problem with Titanfall was that it only featured multiplayer and had very little content and no single-player campaign, which was very sorely missed. I still enjoyed the game, but I could not get over it not having a campaign and could only imagine what it could have been with the great base game and lore that was already in place. So after the game slowly died out a few months after its release, I was very excited when I heard it was going to get a sequel with an all-important single-player campaign that I had been craving for. In the lead up to its release, I'll admit, I was expecting Titanfall 2 to have some tacked-on single-player that just dumped the first game's mechanics onto a solo campaign, and it had me worried. Titanfall 2 makes the most of what made Titanfall special, like the fluid movement mechanics and the awesome mech suit gameplay. Everything is handled so smoothly here and with such high speed, and the campaign is smart enough to focus its levels around those very mechanics, making you feel like an absolute badass. From the first level, you'll find yourself hopping from cliff tops to cliff top, using your speed and mobility to even the odds against large groups of enemies. By an hour or two into the game, you'll be taking on the kind of first-person platforming challenges you'd expect to see in like a Mirror's Edge or a Portal game, pulling off chains of sweet jumps and runs to get you from one side of a huge manufacturing plant to another. The game is really truly exhilarating stuff. I really love the weapons here too. You get assault rifles, beefy automatic shotguns, SMGs, sniper rifles, powerful LMGs and magnetic grenade launchers. Respawn built a lot of the weapons that are all super fun to use, and they all felt original and fitted the futuristic theme of the game brilliantly. The gun sounds are also a highlight, with each gun sounding powerful, and the hit detection and bullets hitting enemies is the best that I've ever heard and feels amazing every time you take an enemy down, and it does wonders to the already epic gameplay. And as for the star of the show, Titan BT, who at first seems like a chunk of metal with no heart, yet as you go on, he and his new pilot Jack Cooper develop a real solid bond. You even get dialogue options throughout the game where you can choose one of two responses by tapping up or down on the D-pad. While I might have started the game not knowing how to feel about BT, I ended up happy with the relationship between soldier and machine and really enjoyed watching their trust in each other grow throughout the game. When you're not in BT's cockpit, he's usually providing you with info on where to go and what to do, while in some sections he can come to your aid with the full force of his heavy weaponry. And then when you're not piloting BT, you get access to the kinds of weapons and moves you might remember from the original Titanfall, like the Vortex Shield, 4-way thrust maneuvers and rocket salvos. BT can also be customized on the fly with different loadouts which you'll collect at key points in the story. Once you start getting more loadouts like Scorch with its grenade launcher, thermal shield and wall of fire, to Ronin with its very cool energy sword, stealth attacks and shotgun, you are in for a real treat here. I find it hard to think of another sci-fi first-person shooter beyond like Halo that really has this sense of scale and originality. There are also some really memorable levels here and set pieces throughout the campaign. Like a level late on in the game that has you leaping between assault craft and battle cruisers while thousands of feet up in the air, which really had me smiling the whole way through that level. Or even the crazy factory level with all the moving parts where you will be needing to use all your platforming skills to survive. The visuals are mostly fantastic, despite the aged source engine that was used, with some gorgeous texture work and ridiculous lighting work. However, the close-ups and facial animations of most of the characters when up close looked a little bit off and not as polished as the rest of the game. But to be fair, for a game that is very cinematic for most of its running time, this is a very minor disappointment. And as for its multiplayer, well, Respawn know exactly what they're doing here personally. I don't think that much was wrong with the original Titanfall's modes, and Titanfall 2 gives you all the same good stuff here, but with much tighter and more accessible and much more refined controls and gameplay. You also get some new maps and new modes, and I found them all to be loads of fun, especially the bounty hunt mode, where you need to earn bounties by killing your enemies and titans, and then having to bank all your hard-earned earnings at the nearest deposit point before you get killed or face losing all of those hard-earned points for your team. And then there's the awesome pilot v pilot mode, where the game takes away your titans and leaves you with a game that is more akin to Call of Duty. The only problems I had with the game was that maybe even though the campaign was outstanding to play through, the story was a bit predictable and the ending felt a little flat. And I also thought the villains could have been fleshed out way better. But with the amazing multiplayer, which is even better than the first Titanfall, and an outstanding but short campaign, what you get here is an almost perfect package and what is in my mind one of the best first-person shooters ever made. I am going to give Titanfall 2 a super strong 9 out of 10. Titanfall 2 was a big surprise for 2016. It was only available on the Xbox at the time, but it would later be released on the PlayStation. And I am really sad that it did not sell as well as it should have, having been released in between the winter months amongst all the big name titles like Call of Duty. And I feel that many gamers have missed out on this amazing game because of this. And it's another reason why I wanted to review this game, which is up there amongst my favorite first-person shooter games. Well guys, thank you for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed my review of Titanfall 2. Like I said, go get this game if you haven't played it. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. And also hit the subscribe button down below, hit that like button, hit the thumbs down if you didn't like the video, and also please hit that bell button so you get notified anytime I post a new video. Guys, thank you again from the bottom of my heart for everybody that supports my channel. Thank you for everybody that leaves those lovely comments that you leave down below. And please, if you have played Titanfall 2, tell me down below in the comments what you guys think of the game. And if you haven't, tell me if you're going to at least try it out. So guys, thank you for watching. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys next time on the next Joe Cobra video. Bye-bye.
Welcome back.